Michigan seniors were actually honored during the Wisconsin Senior Day ceremony too, getting presented flowers by the Wisconsin seniors. I thought that was a really nice touch and just a nice show of sportsmanship here.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a rivalry game between these two teams, but obviously seniors and Senior Day ends up being one of the most important traditions in all of college sports. So glad to see everyone get their respect and get honored today.
Schwartz steps into the circle, and this game, Game 3, will be underway. That first pitch from Schwartz is fouled off by Burkhart, and we are underway. Umpires today's game calling balls and strikes is Laura Head. At first base, Brian Smith, and at third base, David Lee. 0-1 now on the Michigan leadoff hitter.
Yeah, for as great as Burkhart is this season, she does only have 1 home run, so let's see if she can keep on adding on to that as we start to get into the postseason here.
And that pitch is taken low for a ball. Count evens up at 1. And you talked about the only 1 home run. We were watching Michigan Warms, and both of us were truly amazed at the power we saw. It kind of looking almost effortless swings, and the ball was flying out of here. It's not a particularly windy day by any means, and that ball just travels. As Burkhart shows bunt, unable to make contact, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you talked about it. The key word there has got to be effortless. I mean, we were watching batting practice on both sides of home plate, and it was kind of ridiculous just how many balls were going out of the park. So obviously the ball's flying. A little bit of a humid day today usually helps, and we'll see what ends up happening over the course of the game.
1-2 now on the Michigan center fielder. The pitch from Schwartz is sent into left field, should be playable, moving over and making the catch there, and is Molly Schlosser, and 1 away.
Yeah, and that one gave me a little bit of a scare as it kept on carrying deep to left field. Christina Burkhart, you know, definitely has some power in that bat, so yeah, tough to see the fly balls to left.
You were wondering a little bit about maybe jinxing with that 1 home run. But
yeah, exactly.
Like we talked, not a particularly windy day, but again, almost like she got that one kind of off the end of the bat, opposite field, and it just traveled.
Yeah, and this is going to bring up Audrey LeClaire for the Wolverines.
And LeClaire shoots that one back foul. For LeClaire, she's batting .340 on the season. This is her 36th start. Slugging .433 clip. She's had 1 home run and 12 RBI.
Yeah, and she's off to a great series so far in this one. 4 for 9 with a home run and a double. So she's been phenomenal in games 1 and games 2 so far.
Yeah, just this whole Michigan offense is, you talked about yesterday's game in the open, as that pitch is taken low and away for a ball, 1-1 now. But just what they've been able to do, 10 runs in the first game, 6 runs yesterday. They've just dominated the Badgers so far.
Yeah, and against their ace for the most part too, Maddie Schwartz. You're really not used to seeing those numbers from her, but the key for her in this game has got to be getting ahead of hitters, obviously in a 1-1 count right now.
And the 1-1 pitch is grounded to the shortstop Foster. Makes the play onto first, and 2 away now, so nice routine. Good fundamentals on that play.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a really nice play by Foster. Quick throw over, and a really good start for Schwartz. And that's one of the important parts of this game. In both games 1 and games 2, Michigan got on the board in the first inning, so a 1-2-3 inning would be huge for, you know, Wisconsin.
Yeah, as you can see, a clip here yesterday of Lexi Blair. She had a home run. She had an RBI double yesterday, going 1 for 3. She's the first baseman for Michigan. She's batting .342 on the season. That double yesterday was her 11th, as that first pitch from Schwartz is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Schwartz has had pretty good control of the zone so far. She's able to get ahead on the hitters, and just both batters have not looked overly comfortable against her, not making super solid contact either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Schwartz, you know, yesterday she struggled a little bit with getting ahead of hitters and putting them away.
That pitch taken up high for a ball, and just as we say she has control of the zone, she throws one straight to the backstop.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. But Lexi Blair at the plate, another one. These 2- and 3-hole hitters for Michigan have been phenomenal this series. Blair is 4 for 7 with 3 doubles so far, including that one you just saw in the first inning of yesterday's game. So definitely got some slugging with her, and some great averages as well.
Lexi Blair from Florida, as she takes that pitch low. Her mom, Kristen Strong, is Mother's Day. We want to make sure they get all their recognition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lexi Blair, she has 38 hits on the season, as she looks to end the season on a strong note. The first baseman for the Wolverines. It's a lot colder in Michigan than Florida. What's she doing up here?
Yeah, right?
That pitch is taken outside for a ball. And it's certainly started to warm up here in Madison. It's gotten a lot nicer. You know, hit 70 degrees yesterday. Spent most of the day outside. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's been great these last couple of days in Madison. Hope it continues. It doesn't get back to winter in May as some Wisconsinites are used to.
You know, it snowed on graduation day a few years ago. 3-1 now to Blair. Great hitters count. The pitch is taken low for a ball, and Schwartz walks the 3-hitter. It'll bring up Hannah Carson, the catcher for Michigan. She's had a strong series so far.
Yeah, strong series so far. Really good season overall. Her OPS is up in the 900s. Obviously got that 349 average. She's also second in the team in home runs with 4 of them so far this year. So 2-out walks can tend to come back to bite you in the end of the game. So let's see if Hannah Carson can take advantage for the Wolverines here.
And then also just to be able to get that kind of pop and that consistency in the batter's box from your catchers, that ball is shot into right center field. That'll be a single, and Blair moves over to third just for Bannon. She's unable to get there. So nice piece of hitting there by Carson. We're talking about getting that production out of your catcher. That ball just shots to right field. Great base running there by Blair. Automatic start with 2 outs, and she just winds up on third base. And Michigan has runners on the corner.
Yeah, this Michigan Wolverines team is really stingy this year. It doesn't matter if there's 2 outs or no outs, if you're down 2 strikes or you're up 3-0. They can make contact, and they will when they get the opportunity. So just like that, Schwartz thought she was cruising through the first 2 batters of this inning. Now you got runners on the corners and a big at-bat here.
Yeah, and it'll bring up Taylor Bump, the third baseman. But you're talking about those 2-out walks come back to hurt you. They certainly looks like it could here. As Bump shoots that one to second base, Bannon fields this one cleanly. The wide throw to first, and it's not going to be able to be fielded. Play at third and safe. Everybody is safe. The run comes home to score. It's just the wide throw by Bannon that pulled Gerardo off the base. And great heads-up base running there by Hannah Carson to take third. So now it's the exact same situation. Runners on the corner, but 1 run's already home.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really tough play right there for Bannon. She's obviously moving towards her left side, trying to make that throw on the run, just long of the reach of Gerardo. And Michigan, you make contact and good things happen. Putting the ball in play, getting some ground ball base hits. Just like that, they're back up in the first inning, 1-0.
Yeah, all with 2 outs. A walk, a single, and then an error. And Michigan scratched 1 run off the board. They're playing a little small ball here.
Yeah, and that's an error that Peyton Bannon shouldn't feel that bad about. That's a really hard play she was trying to make there, and they almost got the out at third as well.
And that first pitch is fouled off. And this is Melina Livingston, the second baseman for Michigan, batting .308 on the season. It's her 29th start. She is one of the seniors on this Michigan team.
Yeah, Livingston this year, her OPS up at 880, pretty good numbers. It's got 3 home runs, 22 RBIs.
This Michigan team, they're quite the special team in the box. They can just flat out hit. They're the 22nd ranked team in the country. As that pitch is taken inside for a ball. And they're really showing it here is we haven't seen many teams able to kind of hang in the batter's box with Schwartz.
No, it's been weird, and you're wondering if you're seeing some tiredness or exhaustion. Schwartz has had a crazy workload this entire season for the Badgers, and in this last series, you know, her numbers have been down from what she's used to. Not bad by any means, but just not the same.
And it's a very good point you make, as that pitch is taken inside for a ball, and it's 2-1. And you also wonder how long the leash is here, as Wisconsin is set into their slot in Big Ten, but they're not going to get that first round bye. They're not going to be a top 4 team in the Big Ten. So you wonder how long her leash is going to be here, as they are going to need her fresh for the tournament, as that pitch is fouled off down the third base line. But for sure, fatigue is probably a real factor. She's pitched over 170 innings this year.
Yeah, it has to be, right? You look at those numbers and you just think to yourself, like, how can one person do that? But as the season starts to go on and we start to get into postseason play, Schwartz is going to be a big part of this Badgers club and, you know, what they need to do. And if they're going to win, she's going to be at the center of it all. So you're right. Maybe a shorter leash for Yvette Healy and Maddie Schwartz today. The
2-2 pitch is taken outside for a ball, and the count is run full now. So with that, it'll be bump with the automatic start from first. And count 3-2, 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Michigan's already scored 1.
And this is what I'm talking about this Michigan team. You know, goes down on the count a little bit, 1-2, I believe, and just battling back to 3-2, fouling off some pitches, taking ones that are out of the zone.
3-2 to Livingston is flared over to first, and that ball cannot be caught by Gerardo. It's a foul ball.
Ooh, tough play there.
Gerardo made a lunging effort, just could not come up with it. Looked like she actually got tripped up by the bag a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an obstacle in the way there if you're Gerardo. You got to find your way over the bag, make the diving catch. Really tough play, but again, good job by Livingston. Staying alive was definitely late on that one. Yeah. So you can see a replay here. Gerardo almost gets that one.
Almost. And you talked about a little bit of an obstacle. Did you see Major League Baseball is actually making the bases bigger?
I did see that.
A little bit of a bigger obstacle.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
The payoff pitch is grounding the ball at third, through into left field, and that's a base hit, and it'll score a run. Carson scores from third. Bump moves over to second, and Livingston is on with an RBI single. That ball was rocketed to third, and Skylar Shadashy didn't really have a chance with that one.
Nah, not really. Livingston's 23rd RBI of the year is a rocket just past Sardashny. You know, you could make a diving play, try to get your body in front of it, but even then, you're probably not getting the out at first. Just a great full count piece of hitting from Livingston for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and that's probably the most solid contact we've seen. That ball was just a hot shot on third base. They call it the hot corner for a reason. She actually tried to get her body in front of it and just could not come up with it.
Yeah, and a great adjustment from Livingston there.
Definitely, and it'll bring up Ellie Seiler, one of the freshmen on this Michigan team.
Let's take a look at what Ellie Seiler did yesterday for the Wolverines in the late innings of this game. She went 3 for 3, double, 2 singles. She was also hit by a pitch, 2 RBIs, and scored a run herself. One of the players of the games for this Wolverines in their 6-1 victory.
And the pitch to Seiler is fouled off. 0-2 now on the freshman left fielder.
And this is something we haven't seen a lot of from Schwartz this inning, getting ahead 0-2. Throughout the entire series, Michigan, though, has been able to stay alive in these counts. So let's see what Seiler can do if she can keep on battling here.
Seiler from Monroe, Michigan, mother Jill Seiler. As we get a look at Bucky the Badger in the crowd today. And that pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-2. I was studying in the library the other day, and yeah, that might be a little subtle flex for my mom that I do go to the library sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Bucky came in and was very nice to the students in that final grind, in the finals grind. So it was nice to see Bucky showing support to the Wisconsin students here.
Hey, Bucky's a student himself at times, student of the game.
At times, there you go. The 1-2 to Seiler is taken upstairs for a ball, 2-2.
And just like that, Schwartz back in the 2-2 count. Try to go outside twice. First one just a little bit outside. Second one up and away. Going to be interesting to see how Schwartz attacks her here.
2 on, deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 count to Seiler. The pitch from Schwartz is grounded on to shortstop. Foster to second, in time, gets the force play at second.
Oof, what a play by Foster. You had to rush that one a little bit going to her backhand side, but good job sticking with it and getting Schwartz out of that inning.
You see a nice play by Foster, moving to her right, throwing off the back foot to second base, in time to get the third out. And after all that, Michigan's only able to scratch off 2. Halfway through 1, Michigan 2, Wisconsin coming up next.
Yeah, the Wolverine defense, Sealer in left, Burkhart in center, LeClaire in right, Bump, McVeigh, Livingston, and Blair left to right in the infield, and Carson is behind the plate for the Wolverines.
Yep, and that first pitch to Conway is taken up high for a ball. That Storako performance yesterday, that 11 strikeouts in the complete game, actually lowered her Ks for 7 innings average.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
As that pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1 to the Wisconsin leadoff hitter. Kayla Conway playing in her last game in Madison. It's got to be an emotional day for these seniors. You know, just This is the time to leave everything you have on the field.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
Conway fouls that one right back at us, actually.
Yeah, so I saw the little flinch there from you, Ryan, right back up into
my
the press
hands were
box.
ready.
Your hands were ready. Yeah, Conway, another unbelievable season. I mean, what is there to say about her that hasn't been said already? 388 with 9 home runs, 9 doubles, 28 RBIs, just truly the MVP of this batting order for the Badgers.
Yeah, 47 hits on the season as Conway swings through that one, and she goes down with a strikeout. So Storako picking up where she left off yesterday, striking out the first batter today.
Yeah.
Junior first baseman Fiona Gerardo. Gerardo takes that one up high for a ball. On the season, Gerardo 3 home runs and 22 RBI. She's batting a hair over 300, 312 to be exact. A really strong campaign out of her. And you know, as a junior on senior day, you're looking forward to, like, this is becoming your team now as she shoots that one back foul. It's like, okay, coming of age, kind of. This is my time next year. Let's prove what I got now, and let's get ready for next season.
Yeah, absolutely, and her good season's getting rewarded by Yvette Healy. We're kind of used to seeing Allie Mikulesh in this 2-spot role for most of the season. Now Gerardo's up there.
That pitch taken inside for a ball and nearly hit her.
Yeah, so just good job by Yvette Healy rewarding her players. Good job by Gerardo having a great season. And, you know, Badgers are really trying hard to win this one, you know, trying to avoid the sweep. So she's going to be a factor in the game.
Yeah, the River Forest, Illinois native Gerardo. Her mother, Linda, as that pitch taken outside for a ball. She played 38 games last season, Gerardo has, and this is already her 44th start this year. She's just taken a huge step this year.
Yeah, unbelievable season for Gerardo. And in a hitter's count here, you got to be on the fastball.
And the fastball came. It was on the inside corner for a strike. A little bit of a delayed call there by Head. But nonetheless, here we go now, 3-2.
Yeah, and yesterday, Storako was really beating a lot of Wisconsin hitters with her fastball, just blowing it by them, part of that 11 strikeout performance.
Another one, Gerardo shoots that one to left, but it's just hooking foul. That ball carried a while.
That ball was crushed by Gerardo. My goodness. If that stayed fair, that would have been crazy to watch. But that's exactly what we're talking about. You got to be on the fastball. She was a little bit early on it, but a good job getting out in front. Be interested to see if Storako goes a little off speed here.
And the pitch, she definitely takes something off it, and it's taken high and away for a ball, and Gerardo's on base. So she sent one foul a mile, and then she ended up walking.
Yeah, just, again, really good at bat from Gerardo there, adjusting to the fastball. Made Storako feel uncomfortable with throwing her one and got the off speed out of the zone. Now you got to run her on with only one away.
This will bring up Peyton Bannon. She's a sophomore, batting .276 on the season, 1 home run and 22 RBI. She fouls that one off. For Bannon, we're used to seeing her in left field, getting started second base today, a little bit of an adjustment, and maybe we saw that, maybe a little bit of an uncomfortableness. She had a really tough play to make in the top of the first inning, ended up throwing it wide, but she's been used to left field this inning.
Yeah,
in this season.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for Bannon. She gets such a tough play.
As Bannon shoots that one into left field, that'll drop in a base hit. Gerardo moves up to second, Bannon on first, and Wisconsin, who was no hit through 5 innings yesterday, well, they have a hit in the bottom of the first inning, 3 batters in. Seeing the same pitcher over and over, it allows you to make those adjustments that you're talking about. You see what a pitcher has in their repertoire. And the pitch to Cummer is taken upstairs for a ball. Morgan Cummer now, senior right fielder, batting 183 on the season. And then with runners on base, she's only batting 114. So she's looking to change that one around a little bit.
Yeah, and how many opportunities has she really had, right? One hit here could change that entire number.
That pitch is taken right down the middle for a strike. It's 1-1 now on the Wisconsin senior.
Yeah, and that pitch looked to lock Cummer up just a little bit. Maybe some off speed there from Storako.
Right, and it comes into talking about earlier, how much do you show as Cummer swings through that fastball? But if you know, like, say you're Storako, and Schwartz is in the same situation, you know that you're pitching multiple games in a series. What of your repertoire do you actually show in game 1 versus save for game 2 later in the game even, just so that you're not showing your entire arsenal through the first time through the order set.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to manage.
Pitch taken upstairs for a ball, 2-2.
It's definitely, as a pitcher, something you have to manage. You don't want to show your entire hand early, but it also goes from situation to situation. You're obviously going to open up your arsenal more when there's runners in scoring position like there is now, when it's more important to get batters out in closer games. So at this point in Game 3, they probably know her arsenal pretty well.
As Comer launches to a deep left center field, that ball is out of here. 3-run home run for Morgan Comer on senior day. Her second home run of the season, and Wisconsin comes right back and takes the lead.
And the little gritty to cap it off at home plate.
If you're joining us late, you've missed a lot. Michigan picked up 2 runs in the top of the first inning, and all Wisconsin has done so far is take the lead right back. 3 of the first 4 batters have reached, and it culminated in a Morgan Comer 3-run blast. And that's where we are now as Lauren Foster steps in, the senior shortstop, looking to show a little more of that senior magic we just saw from the Badgers, batting .327 on the season, 2 home runs and 11 RBI. She takes that pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Foster, probably her biggest moment as a Badger came the 2019 regional playoffs in the NCAA tournament. When Wisconsin broke up that Oklahoma magical season, Foster scored the game-winning run.
Yeah, absolutely, and they talked about it a little bit during the senior day celebration. Kind of a legendary moment for this Badger.
That pitch taken outside for a ball, and that Wisconsin team was special. And it's tournament season. It's only natural to talk about that. In 5 of the last 7 Wisconsin tournament appearances, they've reached that regional stage. So it's very exciting, as that's what's next for this Wisconsin team.
Yeah, and Foster, known for having a really good glove, having a great year at the plate as well.
As that ball is shot foul and just over the stands, so we'll see if some little kid goes to chase it for that free pizza coupon.
Hey, that free pizza coupon, one of the best deals in Madison. I'm starting to believe that more and more as the weekends go on. But yeah, Foster, her batting stats, .327 hitter, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 bombs, 11 RBIs, just a solid season from the senior shortstop.
And for Wydra, the Hoover, Alabama native, she's a freshman. So that ball is fouled off. So Foster doing a good job making some contact here against Wydra, who you've talked about, it's been pretty unhittable.
Yeah, really unhittable by the looks of it. I mean, an 0.94 ERA doesn't come around by coincidence. That means you're doing the right thing in the circle. But so far, Foster on that last foul ball fouled straight back over the netting, so just a little bit under it.
Yeah, but she's certainly on it. 1-2 on to Lauren Foster. And that pitch is shot to right field, should be playable in foul territory, and it is. Nice catch there by Blair. She had to run a long way to get it, just fading against the wall, and just impressive play. This Michigan team is very sound defensively.
Yeah, really.
Bring up Molly Schlosser now, freshman left fielder. Part of one of the biggest freshman classes in this program, in this Wisconsin program's history. They had 8 freshmen this season. And what a way, today to appreciate their seniors and just, reflect on how much they've learned and grown from them. The senior class has been through it all. They had to survive, playing with no fans here with the COVID pandemic, shutdown seasons. Just a great group to learn from. Obviously, it's led by Conway, Schwartz, Allie Miklish. And so for a player like Schlosser, just people to lean on and grow from.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you mentioned it. How weird of a couple of years has it been for these seniors with the COVID pandemic affecting everything, and some good runs for the team, some good up and down moments for everybody. It's been an interesting couple of seasons for Wisconsin, but yeah, you mentioned it. Molly Schlosser being able to learn from that, get advice from the seniors, and one of the futures of this program, consistent starter.
Yeah, she's been in the lineup almost every day as a freshman. Very impressive. This being her 31st start of the season.
Yeah, really good season from her too.
And since they came up north after the tournaments down in Florida, Alabama and whatnot, she's pretty much just been in the lineup every day.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's the start of Big Ten play really, and the most important games of the regular season. Again, she's going to be an impact as we start getting into the postseason for these Badgers.
Yeah, Schlosser, undecided major. Oh, those days were nice when you were a freshman. From Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Her mother, Tammy, as she dribbles that one over to second base. Playable and throws in time. Nice play there by Livingston, and Wydra is able to get out of the inning unscathed, but Wisconsin pushes 3 across on the Comer home run. Wisconsin up 3-2 after 1.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
For a ball. It's like two distinct actions. I like when the umpires show a lot of animation on those strike three calls. It's the most fun part, I guess, of their job.
Yeah, absolutely. Hubbard in her last plate appearance got hit by the pitch and later on scored a run thanks to the Kayla Conway home run.
And the pitch to Hubbard is shot into left field, and that's a base hit. Nice shot by Hubbard, and the ball is booted in left field, and great heads-up base running there by Schlosser, able to take third base, and Hubbard goes into second. So it's going to be an error charge to the left fielder, Seiler, which is... All right, Wisconsin, we talked about it. They've made 2 errors in the field today, and Michigan is capitalizing and being able to score all of their runs due to that. Wisconsin's got to be able to do the same here. There was an error in left field, which allowed the runners to move up. They've taken advantage in that sense so far. The double play is no longer in order, as you talked about, but they've got to be able to put runs across the plate here. Michigan is still very much in striking distance, this being a 1-run game, and Michigan having at least 3 more turns at bat.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Abby Herbst here, you're looking for a ball in a 2-0 count, high in the zone, trying to get that ball elevated to at least get a sac fly, if not something better than that. So
right, you need contact here as Michigan's playing the infield in. You really need something out of the infield, like for Herbst, or something just hit hard and find a hole.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like that take so much for Abby Herbst, because you can't really do much with that low outside fastball. It's most likely going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. So again, just find your pitch, your hitter's count, take a deep breath, and swing for the fences.
And that pitch by Herbst is again laid off, and that's up high for a ball, 3-1. So here we go, 3-1, primary hitter's count. And again, you want to be a little selective here, just because you don't want to force a swing and make weak contact.
Yeah, and if I'm Boban, I'm trying to keep that ball down in the zone, trying to force a ground ball, hold the runners where they are.
And the pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. That one just a little bit above the knees, so you nailed it, just keeping that ball low. And 3-2 now. And if you're Herbst, you really can't strike out here. You need to have this be a productive out if you are going to make it out.
Yeah, you want to be able to make contact here. She does have 2 doubles on the year, 2 RBIs as well. So trying to make something work with the bat.
3-2 now to Herbst. 2 on. As that pitch is taken low, ball 4. Nice at bat by Abby Herbst there to work the count, work a walk, and the bases are loaded for Kayla Conway.
Yeah, you don't want to have the bases juiced for Kayla Conway, and this is why. This is earlier in the day, her record-breaking home run, 32nd of her career. And boy, what a fun hitter she is. Now the leading home run getter in Wisconsin Badgers history.
That pitch is taken inside for a ball, 1-0 now on the Wisconsin Slugger. The real thing is there's nowhere to put her.
Yeah, you can't really walk her, and Kayla Conway gets walked more than anyone else on this team, so more than likely she'll see a ball in the zone here.
Yeah, you got to throw her strikes here, or you force in a run. The 1-0 to Conway. Took a lot off of that pitch, did Bobine, and just got that one over for a strike. It looked like it fooled Conway a little bit, because that's normally a pitch she'd be all over.
Yeah, and it takes some courage to be able to throw an off-speed pitch in a 1-0 count to one of the best hitters in the country. Just a great pitch from Bobine there, locked Conway up. Let's see what she follows it up with.
And the pitch, and Conway swings through that one, slow roller to third. There will be no play at the plate, so Wisconsin gets a run across as Bump makes the throw onto first. So productive out for Conway. Schlosser comes home to score, and Wisconsin is up to a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, Conway just got jammed on that one. Wasn't able to catch up after the off-speed pitch and turn on an inside pitch.
Both runners move up, so it's second and third with 2 outs. And another off-speed pitch, kind of right down the middle, but that one's up high for a ball. So we've seen Bobine really not afraid to go to that pitch.
Yeah, and that might be telling you something. Went to her fastball a lot, loaded the bases off of that pitch. Maybe she's not feeling the most comfortable with it right now.
Yeah, it's certainly something that the Wisconsin hitters are going to have to sit on here. And Gerardo rips that one, but foul. We saw Gerardo hit one a mile foul in the first inning.
I mean, look at the bat speed on that swing for Gerardo. That was an inside fastball that, again, she just turned on and really turned on it. So, man, again, now if I'm Bobine, I'm thinking more off speed. I did not like the way that fastball looked off the bat.
Yeah, you don't like it, and it's she's so ahead of it that, like, the off speed, she's not going to be able to catch up to it, but she goes right back to the fastball, and that one is fouled off by Gerardo, 1-2.
Yeah, at the end of the day, foul balls are strikes too, right? So if you're getting them to be early on it, then maybe it'll work. But going to be interested to see where Bobine goes here in a pretty big pitch, one of the bigger pitches of the game so far.
1-2 on the Wisconsin two-hitter, Fiona Gerardo, the junior third baseman. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth, and Gerardo just shoots that one foul. So able to make a lot of contact and just stay alive. Really nice job here by Gerardo.
Yeah, great approach at the plate from her so far in this at-bat, just making contact when she can, not taking anything close with 2 strikes. See if she keeps that up.
It's Hubbard on third, Herbst on second. And the pitch to Gerardo is taken upstairs for a ball, 2-2.
That's a tough take from Gerardo there. That's a really close pitch, nothing bad at all from Bobine. And
Michigan defense thought it was strike 3.
yeah, a lot of people thought it was strike 3, but, you know, got to pitch another one now. 2-2 count.
Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 to Gerardo. Wisconsin leads by 2. And the pitch is upstairs for a ball, and the count is run full. Nice job by Gerardo here. Able to foul off a few pitches, be really selective in the zone. See the little split screen action there.
Yeah, just a really good battle between these two. Bobine and Gerardo, that is.
The payoff pitch from Bobine is chop shot into left field. That's going to be a base hit and it may score 2. It'll only score 1, actually. Hubbard comes in to score. Herb stops at third. Great at-bat by Fiona Gerardo, and Wisconsin leads 7-4.
Durkowski has a really, just more great stats for this Michigan bullpen. 2.41 ERA, 1.28 WHIP.
And that pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike to Bannon. Bannon playing already her 3rd position in the field today, and her first 2 trips to the plate, 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good game for Bannon today. Had some trouble at second base, but they keep moving her around. Can't be easy to get settled, but staying comfortable at the plate, always key.
And that pitch is over her head for a ball. Bannon just ducked out of the way.
That's not going to make you comfortable at the plate right there. Tough pitch. You got to take a second to get out of the box, take a deep breath. You never like to see a ball near or around the head, so.
Yeah, but our teammates are chirping us saying, we got ice.
Yeah, exactly.
And that pitch to Bannon is taken low for a ball, 2-1. So Durkowski having a little bit of trouble finding the zone early here.
Yeah, Durkowski down 2-1 in the count, but still plenty of time left in this at-bat. And something to note is that opponents are batting under the Mendoza line hitting against Durkowski, 190 opponent's batting average.
The Mendoza line, always a fun reference, as that pitch taken upstairs for a ball, and it's 3-1 now on the Wisconsin left fielder.
Yeah, and with Morgan Kummer on deck, she's already went yard once tonight, had some pretty good moments. Otherwise, a deep fly ball to right field that barely stayed in the park, so don't want to load the bases for her either.
The 3-1 pitch is taken right down the middle, but upstairs, and it's ball 4 and a walk. Bannon wasn't so sure, but it is a walk, and the bases are back to loaded, and the first pitch to Kummer is fouled off.
Pretty good contact there. Can't be that upset. Just under it again.
Kummer is certainly ready for that fastball. We'll see what Durkowski does here. We'll see what she's got in her arsenal, whether she goes back to that fastball, which Kummer was ready for, or tries to take something off of it. But of course, there's nowhere to put Kummer. You have to attack her.
Absolutely.
And that pitch certainly takes something off of it there and just kind of floats that one over for a strike.
Yeah, Kummer, I think, was sitting fastball there. Once it was off speed, had no intention of swinging, but now you got to change that mindset a little bit, prepare to fight off some pitches here down 0-2. And by the way, only 2 batters away from hitting around. So trying to keep that train moving if you're Wisconsin.
And here's Kummer, and she takes that pitch up high for a ball. 1-2, you're talking about it's been a very big inning for Wisconsin. It's been a very patient inning. It hasn't been an inning full of hits by any means. There have been 3 walks, only 1 hit, and then there's a productive ground out, which led to a run that was off the bat of Kayla Conway. So it's just been a nice, patient inning for these Wisconsin hitters. And that pitch is taken low. Another example of that patience is count runs even 2-2.
Yeah, the approach at the plate, you know, in the first 2 games of this series to today has been vastly different. Wisconsin playing more aggressive in the first 2 games, going down in counts early. Obviously, the 11 strikeouts yesterday didn't help, but today, you know, only a very few strikeouts for Michigan, staying patient, just good job.
And that pitch is lined up the middle. That's a base hit, and that'll score 2. In comes Herbst. Followed by Gerardo. Wisconsin leads 9-4.
What a job from Morgan Cummer there, fighting off a 2-2 off-speed pitch. Look at this. She kind of hesitates for a second and then swings that one and drives it right back up the middle. Just a great adjustment mid-pitch. From these Wisconsin players. Yeah, it's been really fun to watch so far. And if Lauren Foster gets on here, then Molly Schlosser led off this inning, and the Badgers would be batting around. So something to watch out for here. A nice little accomplishment in the 4th inning.
Is that pitch taken upstairs for a ball? And you know what? You're so right. And I've been filling out this my scorecard in the wrong inning so far, as you can see here. So that's a little bit unfortunate for me, but we can make the adjustment.
It happens sometimes, but
it does.
Yeah, just a great bottom of the 4th inning as the Badgers start to take control of this game.
And that pitch by Foster's driven deep to center field. Burkhart moving back onto the track and makes the catch. Woo. Foster gave it a ride, but it ended up being playable. But Wisconsin scratches 4 across here in the 4th inning. So just a replay at that one. It was 2 of them came off the big hit of Cummer, a single up the middle, and Wisconsin is out to a 5-run lead after 4. Hear me and Max singing, but you know what? That sucks. Because that first pitch is fouled off by Lexi Blair.
Yeah, Lexi Blair. Obviously today, 0 for 1 walk in the 1st. Ground into a fielder's choice her other time up. She did score a run.
Yeah, she came around to score on that error in the 1st inning. That's something we talk about. Wisconsin was able to capitalize off an error in their last inning where they scored 4, the same way Michigan did in both times that they've scored today, or both innings that they've scored in today, excuse me, capitalizing on errors, capitalizing on mistakes. And that's from both teams' perspectives. Obviously, you never want to see teams make errors, but errors are inevitable. It's all about how you respond, and both offenses have done a tremendous job of taking advantage of the other team's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a different approach for the Badgers in that 4th inning than the rest of the game. Their previous 5 runs all came off the long ball. That 4th inning was all about moving the line, making plays when you can.
As that pitch is grounded just over the glove of Ellie Hubbard, who's trying to make a backhand play into center field. That'll be a base hit for Lexi. Who has her first hit of the day.
Yeah, just a really tough play for Ellie Hubbard. Kind of takes a weird hop right there and goes right over her glove. You know, you're not going to be able to get your body in front of it and still make the out, so not much you can do. Certainly going to be ruled a hit for Blair, and one of the hottest hitters in this Wolverines lineup this series continues to stay hot. Great job by her. So it looks like Maddie Schwartz might be getting a little mound meeting here in the top of the 5th.
Yep, and then pinch running for Blair is going to be number 5, Kaylee Rodriguez. And it'll bring up Hannah Carson. She's 1 for 2 on the day, single and reach on an error. She's come across to score twice, actually. So she has 50% of those Michigan runs.
Yeah, and for Michigan, it's really been the top of the order doing the job. So Carson looking to continue that.
Carson has been really on fire this whole series. She's just been a real force behind the plate. She's already thrown out a runner on the base pass today, but on the sticks all series long, she's been great.
Yeah, really, really good for
As that ball's grounded in second, and it's just booted by Lauren Foster, and there will be no play. So the second straight at bat for Hannah Carson that she's reached on an E6.
Yeah, she likes hitting it to that shortstop side, and Foster just having some trouble there, trying to charge in to field that ground ball, possible throw on the run scenario, get one out, but no luck for the Badgers. And now Maddie Schwartz got to be really careful with the way she faces the rest of this lineup. 2 on, nobody out. You don't want to let Michigan right back in this game.
Yeah, and here's Taylor Bump, who was 0 for 2. She reached an error in the first inning and grounded out to second in the third inning. We talked about it, we let off the inning talking about it, is that every team's been able to take advantage of errors, and there's another one. That's a base hit into left field, and everyone will just advance one base. So now the bases are loaded, and Michigan looks to capitalize off of a Wisconsin error once again.
Yeah, and not what you want to see if you're a Badgers fan, but some really good news if you're a Michigan fan. Melina Livingston coming up to the plate, having a great game already with 2 singles. Not the person you want to see with the bases loaded right now, but
yeah, her last time at bat, it was in the third inning. It was an RBI single. You mentioned it, 2 for 2. Well, now she's got them loaded with nobody out.
Going to be interested to see how aggressive Maddie Schwartz is. Obviously nowhere to put her, but you don't want to give her something right down the middle.
And that first pitch from Schwartz just attacks her inside, and Livingston rolls it foul.
Let's look at the third inning here for Michigan. This is Livingston as she drove that one into center field, was able to score a run earlier. Good job there with the RBI single, and eventually able to have it again. Well, back in the first inning, she had another single too, so really good game from her. Has half her team's RBIs and looking for more so far.
Yeah, she brought home Hannah Carson in that third inning, and now she has a chance for more. And Livingston drives that one to center field. That'll at least get a run home. Schlosser moves under it and makes the catch, and it'll be Rodriguez coming in to score, so it's a sacrifice fly for Livingston. Nice job by her. Both other runners have to stay as the throw came into second base.
Yeah, good job by the Wisconsin defense getting that ball in quickly. Good job by Livingston doing her job. We talked about it in the last inning about how you want to elevate when there's runners on third and less than 2 outs. Good job by Livingston knowing her role, doing what she's supposed to do, and getting the Wolverines a little bit closer into this game.
Also, Michigan has now scored in 3 different innings, and all 3 of those innings featured a key error by the Wisconsin defense.
Yeah, not what you want to see for the Badgers, especially as they're going into postseason play.
No, but it is certainly good for Maddie Schwartz's ERA.
That's true. That's a very good point.
Yeah, only 1 of the 5 runs are earned today. She's about to throw her 80th pitch of the afternoon through 4 1/3. And it is Ellie Seiler. Seiler takes that ball outside. Seiler hitting .263 on the season, her freshman campaign. She's 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts. And this is the part of the order where we've seen some parity that you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, the bottom 3, 7, 8, and 9 for Michigan has really struggled so far today. 2 groundouts already for Seiler, and a groundout here would do wonders for the Badgers.
That pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Nice frame job there by Angelopoulos.
That's what we like about Angelopoulos. She has a really good arm from behind the plate and really good job framing, getting some extra strike calls for her ace, especially in big moments like this.
2-1 now on the freshman left fielder. Schwartz looks in for the sign. And the pitch is just shot foul, 2-2.
Nice job battling here from Maddie Schwartz, down 2-0 in the count to start. Gets the good call, good frame job from Angelopoulos, and then just speeds one past Ellie Seiler and causes a foul ball. So now you got a little bit extra breathing room. Let's see what you want to do here.
2-2. Runners on first and second, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. And that one goes down swinging. Schwartz got caught Seiler fishing, swinging a pitch low and away in the dirt. And just like that, there are 2 away.
And that is Schwartz, I believe, first strikeout of the game, all the way in the 5th inning. Not something you're used to. We've talked about how stingy this Michigan Wolverines lineup can be and just battles and 2-strike counts. So great job baiting Seiler there. Forcing the strikeout.
And this will bring up Wydra now. We saw her pitch a little bit. She came on in relief, the second pitcher, and now she is back into her designated player role.
Schwartz as a pitcher with runners on. Opponents are batting .272 against her, so not the greatest.
And that pitch is taken outside for a ball.
But with 2 outs, batters are batting .249 against Schwartz, so some pretty good numbers there with runners in scoring position and with 2 outs.
Yeah, we've seen Schwartz have to battle a lot today. Certainly not her best stuff, but she hasn't been helped out the most by her defense. Which,
exactly.
You know, who knows how different this game is if Wisconsin makes at least some of those plays.
I like what Angelopoulos is doing after every pitch right now with his runner on second. That's Carson, that is. Carson, not really known for her wheels, but she's taking pretty big leads because no one's holding her on. So so Angelopoulos just taking a couple steps out in front, making sure she's ready for that throw, possibly.
Yeah, she's so defensively sound. It's the best part of her game, and she's really a leader on the field. So that pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike, and you can see by Angelopoulos, just the way that she positions herself when she catches those balls, just on a ball that's on the outside, she's turning her glove as she's catching it to make it look like it was just straight over the plate.
Yeah, and that outside strike zone has been pretty consistently called, definitely leaning more towards the outside. So good job knowing your umpires there.
And that pitch is shot into left field, and that's a base hit, and it'll score a run. As the throw comes into third, and there's a rundown, and the ball is dropped. There's a dead duck at second base, and now it's going to be able to move on. Wow, so Taylor Bump was caught in between second and third. It was a throwback from Gerardo to second base. Should have been dead in the water. Hubbard unable to field it. Bump moves on to third, and Carson was able to come around and score. Michigan gets the run on the base hit from Wydra, and now it's a 3-run ball game.
Yeah, and look at this play. Wydra drives that one to left field, and I thought the Badgers might have a play at home here, but instead they decided to go to second, and a wild throw leaves that all the way in the outfield. Tough to catch up to it, making that throw from right field to third, and look at them. They're fired up, especially Taylor Bump over at third, trying to climb their way back into this game as Yvette Healy wants to. Yeah, and on that last base hit, Gerardo again playing third, making the decision to throw it back to second.
I mean, a good throw, and a good throw, and there's an out.
Yep, definitely, but maybe, you know, not used to playing third base. She's played first most of the season, you know, and tough position to be in if you're Gerardo there.
Yeah, I'd actually be curious who they actually gave the error to Hubbard, the second baseman.
Interesting.
And I have to say I agree with that. I think it was a fine throw as we see Wydra dancing on first base, and I think if I'm Michigan, I'm sending Wydra here. I want her to steal. I want to force a throw by Angelopoulos. You know.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, absolutely, especially with 2 strikes now on the count.
Right, 0-2, just try and make something happen here. And the throw, Wydra is running, the pitch is taken low for a ball, and Wydra takes second without a throw.
Look at us, Ryan. Look at us calling what's going to happen before it actually does. Good stolen base for Michigan there.
It's almost like we're here for a reason.
Exactly. And now both runners in scoring position. A single brings Michigan back within 1.
And the pitch is swung on and missed. A king-sized out for Maddie Schwartz, who gets her second strikeout of the inning. Wisconsin able to escape and Schwartz able to take care of the error. For Michigan, they get 2 home in the inning, but Schwartz with 2 strikeouts. Like I said, a king-sized out, and Wisconsin leads by 3 heading to the bottom of the 5th. First, 2 in the second, and 4 in the 4th inning. And that first pitch is swung on and missed by Molly Schlosser.
Yeah, Schlosser led off the bottom of the 4th inning, and that ended up being a 4-run inning for the Badgers, so trying to make some repeat work happen.
She led off that inning with a walk, came around to score. And that pitch is taken low and away, 1-1 now on the freshman center fielder.
God, that pitch has so much movement on it. You can see that ball. It's really rare to see in softball a true looking curveball, so to speak. Right. And this one looks great so far for Durkowski, and let's see if she keeps going to it.
That pitch goes right back to it and gets it over for a strike. Yeah, you can see that just like, you can actually see like the movement here, which is, as you're talking about, it's very rare.
Yeah, especially from our angle where, you know, it might be easier to see on TV from that outfield camera, but from behind home plate, you don't see it often. So a dangerous weapon there.
And that fastball just fouled off. So nice job by Schlosser to react to the fastball after seeing a heavy diet of curveballs to start the at-bat.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the change in pace, that curveball is really, really slow moving, and that fastball is fired in there. As you mentioned, a great job by Schlosser just to stick around with it.
Right, and on the underhand throwing motion, it's so much harder to snap your wrist as Schlosser goes down swinging on the high fastball. Nice pitch there from Durkowski.
Yeah, great pitch there. I mean, how are you supposed to hit that as a hitter? It's really hard. You got to wait pretty much an extra second for the off speed and then catch up to a fastball, you know, that gets in there in less than a second. So just a great job here. Some nasty stuff from Durkowski.
I mean, that's why you change pitches.
I mean, yeah, true.
And Durkowski goes right back to the off-speed pitch and gets it over for a strike. She's been, so it's interesting to see how she's started off both hitters with the off-speed pitch. We'll see when she keeps going to Angelopoulos, but then adjusted to the fastball later in the count, almost as a put-away pitch.
Yeah, pitching backwards, so to speak, Durkowski is.
Now when the fastball is shot to left field by Angelopoulos, but just foul.
And as a hitter there, you just kind of have to guess what you're going to see. Pick one of the two. Pick the fastball or the curveball, and if you get it, make sure you're ready for it. Much easier said than done, but Durkowski puts hitters in a tough position here.
Yeah, I mean, the batters, they've got to be sitting fastball here, but they've got to be ready to react to that curveball. You obviously have a little bit more time, but if you're sitting and expecting that off-speed pitch and a fastball comes, you're likely not going to make contact with it just coming in too hard. Durkowski's offering is up high. Nice job by Angelopoulos to lay it off 1-2 now on the Wisconsin catcher.
And Kummer did a really good job of that last inning. As we remember, she hit that RBI single that scored 2 runs, I believe, and you know, she adjusted. You saw her put her foot down, you know, take almost half a swing and then restart and re-swing to get that single.
Angelopoulos sees that curveball. She thought it was strike 3, but it was not called. Little bit of frustration from the Michigan defenseman and even the Wisconsin third base coach telling Angelopoulos, don't start to walk to the dugout.
And here comes Carol Hutchins. And
Carol Hutchins is displeased, and it looks like there's anger on both sides, a little bit of frustration. Angelopoulos started to walk off as if she was getting punched out, and then, but it was a ball, and then Michigan's like, well, why wasn't it strike 3? Angelopoulos takes that one for a called strike 3. And that first pitch hovered. Another off-speed pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. So we've seen that a lot, just a heavy diet of off-speed stuff from Durkowski.
Yeah, but Ellie Hubbard having a great game so far. Badgers don't want to go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. She's got a single and a hit by pitch.
Yeah, she's come around to score on the single in the last inning. Hubbard, she has 35 hits on the season in her freshman campaign, and you know, what a way to start off your collegiate career.
Yeah, absolutely. Hubbard, as we've mentioned a couple times tonight, she'll be part of the future of this Badgers program for hopefully the next couple of years.
One of the 8 Badger freshmen as that pitch is taken on the outside corner. Fastball this time, 1-2 now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit frustrating for Hubbard there at the plate. That was pretty much, you know, strike or ball 1 and strike 2 are pretty much the same exact pitch there. Fastballs on the outside corner, 2 different calls. So now you're in a mode where you got to protect.
1-2 on Hubbard, and that ball is looped into left field. It should go out of play and foul, and it does. It actually hits the lights.
Hey.
So give her 100 tries. She's not doing that one again.
Yeah, probably not, but good job there. As we mentioned, that outside strike just got called, and you know, seeing it, waiting on it, pushing it the other way, maybe just a little bit too much, but
good job to fight it off.
Good job at the plate from Ellie Hubbard. Good approach.
Yeah. For Michigan, it's going to be the top of their order coming up the next inning. Obviously, Wisconsin up by 3, but there's this would be such a crucial way, especially with 2 outs, just get a little rally going. As that pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, got to take it pitch by pitch right there. Now you're back in the count. All of a sudden, if you're Hubbard, back to 2-2, and need to make something happen. Just give Maddie Schwartz some time to breathe at the very least. So
exactly. And the 2-2 to Hubbard is looped into right field, but foul. Just down the right field line.
And after watching this series all weekend long, Lexi Blair has been a great first baseman. I almost thought she might come up with that catch with the way that was hit.
That would have been something.
That would have been something.
Oh, as the count is still 2-2. Nice job, though, by Hubbard to foul off those last 2 pitches. Close to the zone. Just being able to kind of sit back, wait for her pitch.
And her swing's right at the right spot. She's early on off speed and late on the fastball, so just a little adjustment needed.
And that pitch is inside and it hit her. So for the second time today, Ellie Hubbard has been hit by a pitch. She's not afraid to wear it, and Wisconsin has a runner on with 2 outs here. Came into the game as a defensive substitution. She grounds that one over and foul. Her last time up, she walked and came around to score on the Gerardo RBI single.
Yeah, a little pinch hit walk, never bad for Abby Herbst. Herbst this season, even 200, right at the Mendoza line. And 222 with 2 outs.
And the pitch from Durkowski is another off-speed pitch taken up high for a ball. So Herbst, a good job to lay that one off there. And we've actually seen that from the Wisconsin hitters all inning long, and even going back into the last inning. They don't kind of lay off the off-speed pitch, but they are taking it for called strikes a lot.
Yeah, you know, it's the approach at the plate. It's the game plan.
Another off-speed pitch that Herbst is able to lay off. That one in the dirt, 2-1.
And that might have been one of her best off-speed pitches in this inning. Started dead center of the zone, worked its way down. Herbst almost swung at that one, but really good showing of plate discipline there, only checking her swing.
2-1 now on the Wisconsin 9-hitter. And the pitch is taken low and away for a ball, 3-1, with Kayla Conway looming on deck.
Yeah, again, you really don't want to walk Herbst and face Conway with runners on because she can make you pay. But if you're Herbst here, I almost might be sitting off speed. She's thrown it a lot this at-bat. I know it's a fastball count, but wouldn't be surprised.
And that pitch is taken low and away, ball 4. And Wisconsin has runners on first and second with Conway coming up.
And a really good moving curveball, but if you leave that curveball up in the zone to Conway, she will take advantage.
And first pitch, the fastball is looped up the middle, but it is caught. A nice grab by Livingston there on the lunging effort, and Durkowski is able to escape the jam. Only took 1 pitch to Conway. So Wisconsin, with a hit by pitch and a walk, they strand 2, and they lead by 3 after 5. And it's Christina Burkhart leading off as that pitch is fouled off. 0-1 now on the Michigan leadoff hitter. And we talked about it, but Short's done an excellent job with the bottom of the Michigan lineup. And this is now Burkhart's 4th plate appearance, and all 4 times she's come up with no one on. Granted, She is the leadoff hitter, so the first one doesn't really count.
Exactly. But no, great job.
Yeah.
Really important job and a really good job by Schwartz, as Burkhart swung on and missed that one down 0-2. Interesting decision to have her try to bunt for a base hit on the first pitch of this at-bat. Probably the best swinger you got, so.
Yeah, but you look at the corners, Gerardo and Herbst are both playing well past the base. A lot of room for an infield single, as that pitch is just taken outside. 1-2 now on the Michigan center fielder.
Yeah, and you can see Angelopoulos looking back towards the dugout after that last fastball that was just a little bit outside. I think they liked that location and that pitch type, so let's see if they go back to it here.
Schwartz looking in. The pitch is just dinked into center field over the head of Peyton Bannon. That one's going off the wall. That ball just kept carrying, and Burkhart is in with a stand-up double. At first, that just looked like a little blooper, but that just carried until it hit the wall.
Nah, that was a rocket hit the other way by Burkhart. Just a line drive over Bannon's head out in left field. Goes all the way to the wall, and you can see Burkhart's got some wheels. She was in second pretty quickly and might have been thinking about third. Not really, but Burkhart with a lead-off double. Michigan's in business now.
This is certainly a tough triples park. It's not very deep anywhere. The deepest part of the ballpark is about 218. But just like that, you have stand-up double. Michigan certainly in business here with the leadoff runner in scoring position and nobody out. And that first pitch is fouled off by Audrey Leclerc. Leclerc today is 1 for 3. She singled and scored in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and just going back quickly to that Burkhart at bat, we mentioned it, you know, Maddie Schwartz pitched ball 1 to her with an outside fastball. They liked that location. They went right back to it, but just a great job adjusting from Burkhart.
Yeah, and we've talked about it all day. You mentioned she's one of the best hitters in the entire country, Burkhart is. She's the spark for this Michigan offense, excuse me, and she's showing off there. She's showing off why there.
Absolutely.
Lexi Blair on deck, followed by Hannah Carson here in the 6th inning for Michigan. Michigan 6 runs on 9 hits with 1 error. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. With Wisconsin, 9 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors on the day.
Yeah, those 4 errors for the Badgers coming back to haunt them a little bit as Michigan keeps on creeping closer and closer towards, you know, getting another run or tying this game sooner than later. So
5 unearned runs that Michigan has scored today. And the pitch from Schwartz is taken low and away. So Schwartz really just kind of sticking in that outside area, just bounce the last few balls in that right-hand batter's box.
Yeah, absolutely, and it makes sense, right? If you're Schwartz, you're probably fatiguing just a little bit. Target a zone that's been called a lot by the umpires today. That would be the outside corner, especially to left-handed hitters. So see if she goes back to it.
And that pitch took a lot off of it and gets it over the plate for a strike. Count runs full. So we don't see that a ton from Schwartz, taking a lot off of it. She's mostly just a fastball pitcher, but that time to get it over effectively, and it looked like it caught Leclerc by a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, and there's not a better pitch than a well-thrown fastball, but you need to complement it with some good off-speed every once in a while. Great job from Schwartz there.
3-2 pitch to Leclerc, and it's bounced up the middle, and there will be no play. Nice job by Foster to keep it in the infield to prevent a run from scoring, but it's an infield single for Audrey Leclerc, and Michigan has runners on the corners with nobody out.
God, that's got to be a little frustrating for Maddie Schwartz, battling back in that at-bat after going down 3-1, then 3-2, and forcing some soft contact, just a tough bounce going over her head, up the middle. But as you mentioned, great job from Foster there. If that ball gets into the outfield, that's another run, and Michigan has the tying run at the plate right now, so good job by the fielders for Wisconsin overall.
And it'll bring up Lexi Blair now. Blair on the day has walked, grounded out to short, and hit a single. She scored 2 runs. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. So Schwartz again sticking with that outside pitch. Blair steps out, and this just, she represents the tying run. This is a huge situation for both sides here, really. Schwartz, she needs to get an out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Blair this year so far does have 11 doubles and 3 home runs, so she does have the capability of, you know, pushing this one out of the park and tying the game. You got to be careful if you're Schwartz, especially down 2-0.
Right, and you see her just kind of working away, not really challenging her through the first 2 pitches. It's 2-0 now, but whereas the hitters count, and you really don't want to walk her. So that pitch just grounded foul. Still nobody out. Yes, there's an open base, but then you're just going up into the order. Hannah Carson on deck is the 4 hitter in this lineup. And you certainly don't want the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, and Hannah Carson leads this team in home runs, so you certainly don't want the bases loaded with her up to the plate either. But, you know, this Wolverines team can hit, and they could hit at every role in their lineup. So if you're Schwartz, I mean, this is all of a sudden becoming a really big inning with 0 outs still.
The 2-1 pitch is grounded up the middle, past Hubbard and into center field. 1 run will score, play at the third, and everybody is safe as the throw is not in time. Blair moves on to second. It's Leclerc going to third. Burkhart comes around to score. And just like that, it's 9-7 with Hannah Carson up, representing the go-ahead run.
Yeah, what a piece of hitting there from Lexi Blair, driving that one back up the middle, and an interesting decision there from Schlosser to throw that one into third, maybe not into second. Didn't have much of a chance at it anyway, and you know, runners at the corners would be better than both runners in scoring position, and Yvette Healy looks like she's coming out to talk to her fielders.
And we'll see what Hannah Carson can do. You mentioned she leads this team in home runs. That first pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
She's reached all 3 times today, twice on an error, but once on a single. And in yesterday's game, she went 3 for 3 as well. So quickly becoming, or not becoming, but has been one of the most dangerous hitters in this Michigan lineup. She does have 4 bombs and possibly the go-ahead run.
And that pitch by Carson, she just shoots it foul down the left field line, 1-1. And she's batting .453 with runners in scoring position.
That might be the most valuable stat to have as a hitter with runners in scoring position. Bringing in those runs are so important, and you know, obviously that's how you win the game. So might not be anyone else you want up in this spot if you're Carol Hutchins than Hannah Carson.
Right. So here you have it. 1-1 now on the Michigan cleanup hitter. She represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th, and Carson just shoots that one into left field. That'll go out of play, foul. 1-2 now, so Schwartz is pulled ahead in the count, and boy, would this be a big strikeout.
So that's 2 pitches in a row that Carson is laid on the outside part of the zone. She's fought him off to go the other way, and both went out of play. If I'm Schwartz here, gotta trust your fastball. Personally, I try to go maybe high fastball or inside fastball, but I wouldn't keep it around that outer part of the plate. Give Carson more time to catch up to it.
Right, and you want to change up ILO at some point. Only thing you risk with a high fastball here is the pop-up in a sac fly scenario. Keeps it away, just grounded right back to Schwartz onto first base. Just what the doctor ordered. The little comeback prevents the runners from advancing, and a huge first out for Wisconsin.
Yeah, different than the last times. Carson made a little bit of an adjustment. She was out in front of that fastball, grounded right back to Schwartz. Good job holding the runners at third, and you know, 1 away, this becomes a little bit easier now.
Yeah, and here's Taylor Bump now. Bump is 1 for 3 on the day. She reached on an error in the first inning, grounded out to second in the third, and singled her last time up in the last inning. That first pitch is taken low and away for a ball, so even with a right-handed batter up versus the left-handed, Schwartz staying on that outside corner.
Yeah, Schwartz staying there, it makes a lot of sense. The righty-righty matchup. Of course, you're worried about the possible push home run out to right field. It's only got 200 feet out there.
And that pitch is taken on just inside for a strike. Schwartz not too happy with that call.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's been a little bit of a hitter-friendly zone for most of the day today, and Schwartz feeling it right there. Down 2-0, though, you got to execute a pitch no matter what you decide here.
2-0 to the senior third baseman for Taylor Bump, trying to do something rememberable in her last regular season game. That pitch is taken for a strike, 2-1. Talked about a closing day. It's a time to make impressions, and it's a time, even in disappointing seasons, which I'd say neither of these teams have had, but it's a time for even optimism then. But these teams, they have a ton to look forward to in the Big Ten tournament. Just trying to end the regular season with a good taste in their mouths. It's certainly been a hard-fought game in that regard. So that pitch is low, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 to Taylor Bump here. Not, having some trouble finding the zone is Maddie Schwartz. So you don't want to give her a fastball down the middle here. She can make you pay. She's a .242 hitter, has 9 doubles on the year, 4 home runs, tied for the team lead. So really tough situation to be in. You do have a base open.
And the 3-1 pitch is down the middle and fouled off, 3-2. And here we go. It's going to be a payoff pitch to Bump. She hits 265 with the runners on. It's not a bad number.
No, not a bad number at all, and it's better than her actual batting average, which is something you always want to see. That's a sign of a clutch hitter. So Taylor Bump certainly dangerous with the bat in her hands.
Payoff pitch now from Schwartz to Bump. And it is up high. She walked her. And the bases are loaded now for Livingston. And things are certainly getting interesting here at Goodman Softball Complex.
Yeah, got a really high-scoring and intense game here. So it looks like Yvette Healy's pointing out something to her fielders. And Melina Livingston has had a great day so far today. Hit the sacrifice fly in the 5th, and then 2 singles to go along with it as well. 3 RBIs total for her, so not the hitter you want to see with the bases loaded again, but if you're Schwartz, you're really almost praying for a double play ball here, maybe keeping the ball outside, keeping the ball low, trying to induce a ground out, not a sac fly.
Lexi Blair on second base represents the tying run, and it's Taylor Bump on first base who would be the go-ahead run if Livingston can make something happen here. Still only 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Wisconsin still leads by 2, 9-7, despite being out-hit 11-7.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it all game. It's those 4 errors that are going to come back to haunt the Badgers should Michigan crawl their way back into this one.
You get time called by Angelopoulos, just trying to go over signs with the dugout. And there's nowhere to put Livingston, who has certainly made her mark on this game. Senior second baseman. And the pitcher, that's skied out to left field. It should be deep enough for a run. We'll see. There's going to be no play at the plate as the throw is cut off. So LeClaire comes in to score. It's 9-8, and that's 2 straight sac flies for Livingston.
Yeah, just a really, good piece of hitting, knowing your job if you're Livingston. Get that ball in the air, and I feel like this is deja vu. We were only talking about this last inning, but get the ball in the air, make it deep enough so a runner can score, and pretty easy one in Michigan, just like that. Only down 1 run in this game. What a comeback so far.
And this is going to be Ellie Seiler now. You're talking about, yeah, what a comeback. They've been able to score 2 in each of the last 2 innings. This is the first inning where they've scored without the help of a Wisconsin error. And that pitch taken outside for a ball. So it's down to Seiler now here in this inning. 2 outs for the freshman left fielder. And hitting .260 on the season for Schwartz, you're a senior, you're a veteran. I think you just got to attack Seiler here.
I completely agree with you. The one stat that I'd worry about is that Seiler's really good with 2 outs in the inning, batting .300 on the year.
And that pitch is lined into left field. That's a base hit, and that might tie the ball game. In comes Blair, and she does. The freshman, Ellie Seiler, comes up huge for the Wolverines, and we are knotted at 9-9.
Yeah, what a great piece of hitting there from Seiler, fighting that ball off, going the other way, line drive over the shortstop's head. Nothing you can do there if you're Bannon in left field. You're not going to make that throw. Michigan officially coming back in this game, and Carol Hutchins was pumped up at third base after that play. Good for them. And we got a ball game on our hands again.
Yes, we do. Michigan with 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 2 in the 5th, and 3 here in the 6th have come all the way back, and we are knotted at 9 in the 6th inning. Just wow, what a clinical performance. As that pitch is inside and it hit her. So Annabelle Widger gets hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded again for the Wolverines.
Yeah, the bottom of the order finally starting to come through for Carol Hutchinson's squad. Sealer obviously with the RBI single. Now Widra gets hit by the pitch. And McVeigh is going to be up to plate, but probably facing a new pitcher, I believe.
Yes, and that is going to be all for Maddie Schwartz, whose day is done, her regular season is done. In comes Tessa Magnanimo. It's McVeigh on the mound. She shows bunt, and she takes that first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Nice start for Magnanimo.
And you can see a little bit already of a lively difference in that fastball. For as great as Maddie Schwartz is, she might have been a little bit tired having pitched in all 3 games in this series. Magnanimo looks to be fresh and ready to go.
It certainly wasn't the dominant Maddie Schwartz performance we've been accustomed to today, and I think that fatigue probably showed a little bit. But nonetheless, it's Magnanimo in now, and the count is 1-1.
Something to look out for, Ella McVeigh on that last swing. She has that little running start to her swing. She pulled back a check swing, and it was a low curveball, but it was really close. So,
and that pitch is taken outside for a ball. 2-1 now, and there's nowhere to put McVeigh with the bases juiced and a tie game.
Yeah, you can't walk her. Don't want to give Michigan the lead. But for the Badgers, it will be the relatively top of the order, Gerardo, Bannon, and Cummer.
Yeah, there's certainly been no shortage of offense there with 18 runs across combined. As that pitch, 3-1 now, is taken low. And things become interesting. Hitters count. Magnanimo has to throw a strike here.
Yeah, if I'm Magnanimo, I might be taking a little bit off the fastball here. You got to locate it, put one down the middle, or just put one in the zone, excuse me. Definitely not down the middle, but got to throw a strike. Nowhere to put her.
All right, for McVeigh, she hasn't hit a home run, and that pitch is taken up high, maybe for a ball. That looked like it got a lot of plate, but nonetheless, Michigan has taken the lead as Magnanimo walks in a run. Great at bat by McVeigh to be patient, and just wow, what a comeback for Michigan. They've scored 4 here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that's a courageous take right there from McVeigh. A close call for sure. Got the call though, walked in a run, and Michigan, after being down 5 runs, takes the lead.
And that pitch is taken for a strike to Burkhart, who actually led off this inning with a double. She doesn't get her second at-bat of the inning.
Yeah, Michigan batting around now. Always fun to watch.
Burkhart led off this inning with a line double to left, and she shoots one into right field, but that should be playable, and it is. And the side is finally retired as Comer moved under that. Before Michigan, they scored 4 runs and have taken a 10-9 lead here as we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Badgers coming up. Boy, is this game turned around. Should be an exciting finish. Stay with us. In looking head-to-head matchups of all time, this shouldn't be too much of a surprise, I would say, as Gerardo steps in. All time, the first pitch is fouled off. Michigan is 42-8 against Wisconsin.
Yeah, that is quite the record to have against a single opponent, you know, and that just speaks mostly to Carol Hutchins' just, you know, great coaching throughout her 38 seasons there at Michigan. But yeah, Michigan, I mean, looking for this sweep. Looks like they might have it with a 1-run lead here.
Bottom of the 6th innings, that pitch to Gerardo is taken up and in for a ball. And, you know, we were talking about it. This game was, well, it's taken a while, but there's some rain in the forecast. So hopefully it stays off as long as this game is keep pushing it. Why not delay the rain?
Yeah, wouldn't that be a shame after a crazy offensive game like this, just to have it be called off by the rain in the late parts? That would stink. That
would indeed stink, as that ball is taken inside, and it's 2-1 now on the Wisconsin third baseman. And for Wisconsin, they need base runners. Let's say you can afford to be patient. Gerardo, she knows all about that. She's walked in the 1st inning. She flew out to left in the 2nd inning and hit a single back in the 4th, as another one of those off-speed pitches that has been really effective today from Durkowski, just getting that one over. But Wisconsin continues to not swing at them.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to sit on the off-speed sometimes. I like that approach, generally speaking, but now with 2 strikes, if you're Gerardo, you got to be ready to protect.
The 2-2 pitch is taken on the outside, and it's a ball.
Courageous take. I feel like I've been saying it all night long, but there's been some really close calls at the plate on strike 3 there. Good job by Gerardo, laying off the one outside, works the count back full.
You got to say the hitters have a pretty good sense of the strike zone. And that pitch is ripped. What a diving play there at third base by Bump. Wow, saved a double.
Wow, what a play there from Taylor Bump. I mean, especially to lead off the inning when you're clinging on to a run lead. As you get another look at it, Gerardo just smacks that one towards the left side. Bump well positioned, gets her slide step going, and wow, great play there.
That is a hard hit first out. That'll bring up Peyton Bannon. Takes that pitch for a strike. But just, wow, just for Michigan, that's got to fire you up, as if you didn't have enough, as if you didn't have the momentum already, coming back with a huge lead. Wisconsin looks like they may have something in business, and Bump just says no.
Not today, said Taylor Bump. And after that strike 1 call, Yvette Healy had a few choice words with the umpire.
That pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-1. And here, Bannon, she's had a very solid day at the plate, 2 for 2. She's caught stealing, and then she walked her last plate appearance. That came back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Ben, this season, 292.
And that pitch, another off-speed pitch taken. At this point, I don't even know where that one missed.
That one might have been a little bit high, but
it might have.
Bannon, 292 on the year with 26 hits, 22 RBIs. Does have a home run to go with it for the sophomore left fielder. Definitely a dangerous hitter.
2-1 now. And the pitch is swung on and missed. So a nice change of speeds there by Durkowski, going with the off-speed pitch a little bit and then just bumping up with that fastball. We've talked about that fastball's almost acted as her put-away pitch, and she showed it off why there.
Yeah, absolutely. Bannon, I mean, just blew that one, or excuse me, Durkowski just blew that one right by Bannon, and let's see where she goes to here.
Pitch is taken outside for a ball, count runs full.
Another fastball, 2 pitches in a row from Durkowski. She's loved using that curveball to get ahead of batters tonight and in big spots. I would expect it here if I'm Bannon, but of course that's not the approach you generally have, so let's see what ends up happening.
The 3-2 pitch, the fastball comes and it's just fouled off, and we'll do it again. Full count, 1 out here to Peyton Bannon, sophomore left fielder, with Morgan Cummer waiting on deck. Cummer's had a great day at the plate, 5 RBI.
Yeah, absolutely, and what a pitch there from Durkowski, and a great job by Bannon just to stay alive. That inside fastball looks a lot faster when it comes on the inner half of the plate, and just a good job by Bannon staying alive.
Righty on righty, and the pitch is, that curveball is just fouled off, so nice job there by Bannon, just get a piece of it. The Wisconsin has not been swinging at much of it. When they have, they've done a nice job being able to foul it off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great job in this at-bat by Bannon. And, you know, now you've seen the whole arsenal from Durkowski. You've seen every pitch, curveballs, fastballs, with 2 strikes, you know, 3 balls, different counts. Let's see where she goes here.
And the pitch, another curveball, and that's taken up high, ball 4, and Wisconsin has a runner on in Bannon. So Bannon on for the 4th time today. And that pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1. Again, leaving off that off-speed pitch. Bannon, already been thrown out on the base path today. You try and send her again?
You know, an interesting decision here with 1 out. I'm not as in love with it as I am with 2 outs, because obviously less of a chance, but wouldn't be opposed.
Corner's playing pinched in against Cummer here, who's shown some pop. Really, all of her at-bats have been hard hit. That first at-bat, obviously the home run. Her second at-bat, she deep fly out to right. And then that third at-bat, she just lined a single into center field. So
yeah, and that was one of the, I'm almost more impressed by the single than I am the home run, to be able to sit on a curveball like that and to adjust on a 2-strike count. I mean, she was expecting fastball. You could tell she had her foot down early. Her hips were already going through the motion, and then she just waited. That's really hard to do as a hitter, and, you know, Morgan Cummer starting to really show up big at the plate for the Badgers, as looks like there's going to be another mound meeting here.
2-1 now on the Wisconsin senior right fielder. And that pitch is just swung through way early.
Yeah, way out. And I mean, that's just a nasty curveball.
It really is.
It's just nasty. It's fooled hitters a lot tonight. And Morgan Cummer succumbed to, you know, swinging and missing at a pitch in the dirt. Happens to everybody, but now with 2 strikes, you got to take a step out and readjust. 2-2
now on Cummer, and that pitch is taken in there, strike 3 call. A huge strikeout from Durkowski, and now they're 2 away.
What a pitch with 2 strikes and a 2-2 count. Durkowski shows the curveball, puts it in the zone for a strike. Look at this one again. I mean, just absolutely locks up Cummer, and how could it not? That pitch looked like it might be high and away the entire time. Ends up finding the zone, and a huge strikeout for Durkowski there.
And we were talking about, you mentioned her smiling. The moment wasn't too big for her, able to make a perfect pitch and freeze Cummer as that first pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike to Lauren Foster, who's looking to make a senior day magic for herself. She's 0 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, 0 for 3 on the day, and that doesn't usually happen to Lauren Foster. Batting .310 on the year, 18 hits, 2 doubles, 2 bombs, and, you know, really a good hitter at the plate, so expect something here.
That pitch taken upstairs for a ball, 1-1. It'll be Molly Schlosser on deck if Foster can keep this going. It's Bannon on first. She represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 6th. Michigan was able to score 4 in the top half of the inning. As that pitch is swung on and missed, or swung and fouled off, and Bannon, who's running on the play, will have to go back to first.
Yeah, and one thing if you're a Wisconsin Badger fan, one thing you have to like about Lauren Foster is that she puts the ball in play more times than not. Even though she's 0 for 3 tonight, you take a look at it, she has, a pop out, the pop out to first base, which was just a foul ball, a ground out, and a deep fly out. So not a lot of strikeouts, down 1-2 in the count here.
1-2 to Foster, and the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and not that the stolen base matters, but she probably would have been out. So side is retired. Great job by Durkowski to stand strong in the inning. Wisconsin goes down. As we head to the 7th, Michigan up by 1. And it's just been crazy how we've gotten here.
Yeah, what a game so far. Already the 7th inning, this game's felt short with how much offense we've had.
Yeah, seriously, it's flown by.
No, we're being sarcastic, of course, but...
As if you couldn't tell by our voices, that first pitch check swing, no swing, says the third base umpire, David Lee.
Yeah, but a 10-9 game. This has been a fun one. By far the best game of the series so far. And Michigan, in the top of the 7th, trying to add on some insurance runs, make the Badgers' job harder in the bottom half.
Yeah, for LeClaire, she leads off this inning. She is 2 for 4 on the day. She came around to score in both the 3rd and 6th inning.
Yeah, part of that batting around 6th inning was LeClaire.
Yeah, Michigan put up 4 runs in that 6th inning, and as you mentioned, sent 10 girls to the plate. It was just, and all got started by Burkhart and then LeClaire. And we played so long, the lights have turned on. But what is actually really interesting about this game, there have been 0 one-run innings. Every time a team has scored today, they've put up a crooked number and really gotten rallies going. As that pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike, 2-2 now on the junior right fielder.
Yeah, and that just speaks to the approach at the plate for both sides in this one. The Badgers in the beginning of the game were really heavy on the long ball, but they got more towards moving the train and moving the line down, making sure your next batter can hit. As that pitch was down low for a ball, 3-2 now. And for Michigan all day long, it's been about that. It's been singles, doubles, walks, hit by pitches. You take a look at their scorecard, it's just the most amount of singles and walks I've seen in a game in a long time. So some good approaches here by both sides.
And that pitch is fouled off. And it's crazy, you're talking about that. Michigan has 12 hits today through 6 innings. And yesterday they had 14, but only scored 6 runs. It's just crazy how different you can be in this sport on 2 different days. It's like more hits yesterday and half the amount of runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the pitch from Magnanimo is somewhere, but it's a walk. Well, okay.
Crowd letting the umpire hear it a little bit. Magnanimo and the Wisconsin Badgers can't be thrilled with it, but it's all right. Magnanimo looks like she's shaking it off.
It's been like that on both sides.
It has been like that on both sides today. That pitch right at the knees on the low side of the zone. Look at Tessa Magnanimo, not happy about it, but
you can see Lauren Foster talking to the umpire from shortstop. That pitch did not miss. As a bunt attempt, Angelopoulos throw onto first, and it is a nice play by Angelopoulos just to field her position, get the out at first. So it's going to go down as a sack bunt for Lexi Blair. And as Max learned this morning, that's SH in your scorecard.
Yeah, I did not know that was SH in the scorecard today, but good job by Lexi Blair doing her job, getting that one down. Even better job by Kristana Angelopoulos there. We've talked about her fielding all night long. She's done a great job framing pitches. And her first real, fielding play today. So
that'll bring up Hannah Carson. Hannah has reached on 3 of her 4 plate appearances today, but she's only 1 for 4. She's reached on 2 Lauren Foster errors. She's the catcher and this cleanup hitter for the Michigan Wolverines. This is her senior season. She's batting .346 with 45 hits.
Yeah, just a fabulous season from Hannah Carson.
Pitch taken outside for a ball, and it's 2-0 now. And, you know, it's important when you, for a pitcher especially, when you get a call that you don't like, it's important to be able to shake it off and just, like, accept it. Just, all right, it didn't go my way. Got to move on. Next batter now. Especially here, you have a runner on second. And it's going to be so big for Wisconsin to try and hold it as Carson shoots that one foul, 2-1 now.
That one was rocketed foul by Carson there. And you can, you know, if she gets a hold of one and gets out in front of a fastball, she can really pull it. And you're exactly right. If you're in the mind of Magnanimo right now, the bunt might have helped with that. Because you had a pitch that, you know, it's technically a strike. It's put in play. You get the easy out. And, you know, now your job gets slightly easier, but a little more dangerous as well.
And the pitch is taken outside for a ball, 3-1 now. We've seen a lot of these 3-ball counts today. Lot of high counts.
I mean, it really is a battle at the plate today between pitcher and hitter. Everywhere you look, it feels like, you know, it's always a 3-ball count or a 2-strike count, and people are just trying to stay alive.
And that pitch is driven deep to right field, and that ball is out of here. Hannah Carson gives Michigan a 3-run lead. It's her 5th home run of the season. And in her last career regular season game, she may have just hit the dagger.
Only 2 pitches before this one. Hannah Carson drove it foul, but out. Now she makes the adjustment, turns on that one, hits it deep to right field, and that was a moonshot. No doubt about it for Hannah Carson, her team-leading 5th home run of the season. And Michigan adds some insurance runs onto that score. Now they're up by 3, and what a game this has been so far.
What a game, and that will be all for Magnanimo. It's going to be Gabby Salo in to pitch for Wisconsin.
3 runs, but it's going to be Gabby Salo, in the circle.
On the season, she's only pitched an inning and 2/3. She's allowed 2 hits and an earned run. 0-0 win-loss record, so not a ton of time in the circle this season.
Yeah, relatively, you know, doesn't make a ton of appearances. As you mentioned, only 2 this season. It's got a 4.20 ERA.
And that ball's inside, and it didn't hit. I guess it didn't hit Taylor Bump. Sure looked like it.
Yeah, it was definitely a close pitch there, but 1-on-1. And Gabby Salo now just trying to limit the damage in this inning. Obviously, nobody on, but can't really give up any more insurance runs if you want a chance to stay in this game for the Badgers. So pretty important pitching job here.
And that pitch is just grounded over the third. That'll be a fair ball. Gerardo onto first. Nice play there to retire Bump. So good job by Salo to come in and get her first batter.
Yeah, good job there. Induces the soft contact towards the third base side. I believe Taylor Bump was a little bit out in front of it. Good job all around, fielding, backing up a new pitcher. And, man, having to pitch to Melina Livingston today has been not easy at all.
No, it has not been. Livingston is 2 for 2 on the day, but she's added 2 sac flies. She has 4 RBI on the day. But you know what? At this point, she's coming up with the bases empty, which she has not done once today.
Yeah, it's all you can really ask for if you're Salo here. So let's see what she does.
That first pitch is taken outside for a ball. For Livingston, again, she's another one of these seniors just having a very memorable last regular season career game. I feel like we've said that about almost every senior today. There's been a lot of senior star power on both sides. Pitch is taken inside for a ball, 2-0 quickly now on the second baseman that goes to school in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Melina Livingston, as you've mentioned, 323 hitter on the year, 7 doubles, 3 home runs to go along with it, 26 RBIs, just a great senior campaign.
That pitch is taken low, ball 3-0 now on the recent graduate, as Michigan had their commencement last week.
Yeah, and it's possible that Gabby Salo is, you know, maybe working around Livingston just a little bit. Obviously a dangerous hitter. You know, pitchers don't tend to do that with 2 outs. Maybe she's just missing the zone, but.
Right. That pitch is taken right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. It's your classic 3-0 pitch taken all the way.
Yeah, no way she was swinging there. You know, new pitcher, not a ton of experience, so gotta pretty much give her a strike there, a little unspoken rule.
There you go, those unwritten rules of baseball and softball. That pitch is right down the middle for called strike 3 and 2. Count has run full now on Melina Livingston.
Yeah, you know, if you're a solo here, where are you trying to put this softball? You can kind of go in any direction you want. You just have to throw for a strike and hope that you get some soft contact. Able to do in the last at-bat.
And the pitch is shot down the right field line. That'll go foul and out of play. Takes a nice hop up into the stands. Nice play there by a fan to field it on a bounce.
Yeah, they're getting a free pizza later.
Well, actually threw it to a fan, so maybe, or threw it to a younger person. So either, so we definitely get a good guy alert over there in the stands.
Hey, that a guy.
Now, we saw it earlier today, just in warm-ups. We took note. There were Michigan players warming up with a Frisbee. And I thought that was so interesting. I've never seen that before as Livingston shoots that one foul again. But the Frisbee warm-up, I just thought that was so interesting. I had never seen it before. Clearly, I mean, it works.
Oh, yeah.
But
definitely. I mean, they've had 12 runs today on 13 hits, only gave up 1 error, so can't really be complaining. Maybe they have to do the Frisbee warm-up through the rest of the postseason.
We saw it was Riley Carrickaburu who was the main one throwing it. I was just fascinated by that. I've been waiting all day to say it. As Livingston shoots that one into right field, diving attempt, and it won't prevail as that ball is foul. Nice effort there by Comer, but to no avail as that ball lands foul, and we'll do it all over again. Our third 3-2 pitch of the at-bat. Yeah,
Livingston looks like she's having a little bit of trouble just keeping up with the fastball. It's 3 straight foul balls towards the right side of the field. So if you're Salo, I'd probably give her another one. Maybe try to bring it inside a little more.
Yeah, definitely just change something up here. She's looking like she's getting a little bit more on it. Certainly been able to make contact.
Yeah, and each time it's gone a little bit closer to fair territory.
And that pitch, she goes inside with it. Livingston gives it a ride. Deep left field. That ball's way out of here. Melina Livingston puts the icing on the cake for Michigan. It is her 4th home run of the season. Another memorable senior day moment as she stomps on the plate. Michigan's put up 3 in the inning, and they're ahead by 4.
Livingston has been an issue at the plate all day for the Badgers, and she takes another one that she can get a hold of and drives it deep to left field. Make that 5 RBIs in this game for Livingston. What a senior day she's having here in Madison. And the Wolverines tacking on more and more runs here in the top of the 7th inning. They're now up 13-9.
That is 9 unanswered Michigan runs. Absurdity.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it all day. You know this Michigan offense can hit, and they can score runs in a hurry. And you know, at a certain point, the Badgers were up 5 runs in this game, and we told them that you got to keep on adding on. Well, we didn't tell them, but we told each other. And
yeah,
you know,
they should just listen to us.
Exactly. You know, how hard is it to listen to us?
Exactly. Just like go out there, do a job. Anyway, now this will bring up Ellie Seiler, and the first pitch was taken for a strike. On the day, Seiler is 1 for 4. She had an RBI single her last time up as that pitch is taken outside, 1-1.
Yeah, tough call there if you're a Salo. You know, tough appearance. You got the first out pretty easily, but Livingston just put up a crazy good at-bat, fighting off pitch after pitch after pitch. Finally got one she could take a hold of.
And that pitch is grounded over to short. Foster on to first, and the side is retired. Michigan adds 3 on 2 home runs, and they're up 13-9. It's going to be last licks for Wisconsin when we come back. Well, it's been 4 years for me here at Big Ten Student U, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who made that possible. From Justin Helm, who originally hired me, Quinn Krause, who's producing the show, everyone who's been along. There's also Tony Fumo and Michael Brennan's last shows. We've all been with Student U for so long. Tony is an all-star for this program. And just on behalf of everyone, we just want to say thank you for bearing with us over the last few years and how much this experience has meant to all of us. It's truly been quite a ride, and what a game to go out on, truly.
Yeah, what a game. And it's senior days for all the athletes, but it's senior day for you guys as well, last game. And congratulations on what's been a great couple of years here, buddy. And, you know, best of luck on everything going forward.
Thank you, Max. It's been a pleasure to work with you these last few weeks, and I know you're going to kill it this summer up in Duluth.
Hey.
His fish fouls that one back over our heads in the press box.
Fish gave me a little bit of a scare there with that foul ball, but it works out sometimes.
Yeah,
She's batting 167 on the year, got 1 home run and 16 RBIs to go with it. 2 doubles as well.
Yeah, Fish, just nice for Coach Healy to get her in at bat here in this situation, taking the spot of freshman Molly Schlosser in the batting order. 2-1 now, and just what a job here by Durkowski. Just coming in, that changeup comes in for a strike. 2-2. That changeup was serious movement.
Yeah, there it is again. I mean, whenever she wants, she can pretty much throw it for a strike or maybe just outside of the zone, and Durkowski gets away from it. It's locking hitters up left and right, and why wouldn't you keep on going back to it?
Right, and just like the Wisconsin hitters just look like no answer to it. As another one comes in and it, I guess, missed. Count runs full, 3-2.
Yeah, count runs full on that one, and that did look an awful lot like strike 3 to both you and me and a couple of the Michigan fans in the audience here today on the first base
Michigan
line.
players too. You can see the third baseman Taylor Bump kind of just laughing. And the payoff pitch to Fish is foul tipped into the mitt, and it will go strike 3. Or I guess not foul tip, but just dropped, and Carson had to make the play onto first. Sure, another senior just gonna get into the ball game here. Donahue, her number 2, is spray painted into the grass in the outfield today. She takes that first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. For Donahue on the season, she is 1 home run. She is in 28 at-bats. She has 4 hits and 1 run. Not a ton of playing time, but definitely just a big part of this roster in terms of locker room presence, veteran leadership. She takes that pitch outside, 1-1. And again, just like nice of Coach Healy here to get her seniors those last at-bats.
And important. And it's not like the season's over today. You still got an entire postseason Big Ten tournament coming up, and but a nice little symbolic moment here.
100%. Wisconsin, this is a team with still tournament aspirations beyond the Big Ten tournament. This is a good team. When Maddie Schwartz is on, this team can play with anyone.
Oh, yeah.
And they've proved that this year.
Absolutely. The consistency of the team has been really up and down all year long, but certain players have been fabulous all throughout the season.
As Donahue rips that one in center field, Burkhart takes a few steps to her left and makes the catch in there quickly, 2 away. And
as Wisconsin gets to their final out,
freshman Ellie Hubbard, she takes the first pitch upstairs from Durkowski. Durkowski's been nothing short of brilliant today. Just through 3 innings now, 5 strikeouts. She's allowed 3 walks, but she's about to throw her 69th pitch of the afternoon. She has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, and the Badgers offense was clicking up until she came into the game. And ever since she's been in, she's pretty much shut the Badgers down 100%. So great job by her. Really, she'll be credited with the win should Michigan hold on, and a large part of that goes to her.
Yep. 1-1 now on Hubbard. And that pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Another one of those changeups. And Michigan is 1 strike away from completing the sweep here in Madison.
If you're Durkowski here, you almost have to end it on the changeup, right? It feels only appropriate with how often she's thrown it today.
It certainly does. What a game by the Michigan Wolverines, able to come back. The pitch taken outside for a ball. Michigan thought it was over. Nice eye there by Hubbard to lay it off, and we'll do it again. Count is 2-2. Wisconsin in the 4th inning, going into the 5th inning, led this game 9-4. In the 5th, 6th, and 7th, Michigan was able to score 9 unanswered runs as Hubbard lines that one to first base, but just foul. Michigan scored 9 unanswered runs and have taken a 13-9 lead. A crazy offensive day on both sides, but it's been since Durkowski came in, you mentioned it, that she's just been able to shut these Badgers down.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think what the team's done behind her. As you've mentioned, the Badgers at one point in this game, at the end of the 4th inning, they had a 5-run lead. And all of a sudden, the Wolverines just started climbing back, and Durkowski's been able to shut the Badgers down.
And the pitch is swung on and missed, and the ball game is over. What a performance by the Michigan Wolverines to climb all the way back, win 13-9. It was Durkowski who was the star of the show.